big celebrity.
Yeah, Danny Wrinkles, yeah, DW, yeah.
Oh, didn't see you there. It's me, T.E. And today, you find me at Long Preston. So there you go, we're at Long Preston station. I'm in car park. Olivia's there. It's with TE's man doing a bit of painting. It's a whole shebang on the TE team when you come out on these filming locations. So as you see at Long Preston today, there's not a lot left. And I should say we're in Yorkshire, where we've come out of the native patch of TE, Lancashire and Cumbria over there. We're in Yorkshire. And I must say that this is well, originally this was the Little North Western railway line from Lancaster to Leeds up there, or as we know it, the North Western Railway. And down there behind camera is Settle Junction, where you can turn off. Well, if you're going that way, you turn off right and go up Settle&Carlisle up to Carlisle, you know, Ribblehead and Hazegill and, you know, all that, and Appleby. And that way down there is there's a TE fan actually works down there in the signal box at Hellerfield station. I think Stu Vids is down there at Hellerfield. And also up there is Giggleswick station. But today we're going to look at Long Preston station because it has some interesting history, what sparks the TE head. And even though it doesn't look it, but we'll explain that in a minute. But we'll go on the station and we'll show you a bit what it used to be. You need to put a screw on that gate, you know, and look, it's going to come off. Maybe TE has a screw in his pocket. You know, there's lots of things in the TE pocket. Anyway, we're getting off track. So this is looking towards sort of Leeds, is up there, and Hellerfield. And that side is the downwards bit to Lancaster. So as you can see, turning around there, there's not a lot here. There's a few lamp posts. I think they're going to put a bit of CCTV up, cameras, so they can watch every move up here, because it's a very rural station. There's a shed. What's missing a few windows, is a bit dilapidated, and you have very high-tech LED screen to tell you when the next train's coming. And they're all on time, as you see there. So here on Long Preston station, it didn't used to look like this. It actually looked a bit more grander than this, in the way with buildings and staff and animals, lots of animals, and more sidings and steam happened here. But we'll go on even more on that in a minute. But here, I think we'll start up here actually. We'll start up here. Up here at the end, past the new camera pole, what's not erected yet. Well, it is erected, but it hasn't got cameras on it. Along here, oh yeah, there's a bike shed there with a cone on the roof of it. I don't know what the appeal is, put a cone on the roof, but there you go. That's what happens along Long Preston There's obviously not a lot going on for the youngsters around here. So here, this bit of the station, there was a big, I must say, because it was lit, when this was built, I should say, it was built in 1849, and the buildings on the station I want to tell you about were actually done in Tudor style. They were timber and plaster, so a bit like Salisbury Hall, what we did a few videos ago, about what, 6 videos ago now. So here they had a wooden sort of, not a house, it was more like a building with like a waiting room, and the guy with his trolley and stuff, and the probably ticket office would be all in here, and it was along this bit to the very end. It was quite long, and I've got some pictures of it there. That's what I'm talking about. This wooden building here. On here, I'll pop it on screen so you get a better detail. And that's looking up, and it was a lot more like all the old pictures. It wasn't less overgrown. It was a lot more open up there. And there's actually a crossover. There was a crossover line what went over there. You can see it off that photo. So yeah, there was a wooden timbered building here. But then it was a proper station where they had a station master's house, and that was next door to it, and that was here where this little shelter is, and the signage in that. You can sort of see the layout of the station where it's wider here, even though it's all been made modern. It's still got the shape of what it was, and you can see on this picture here of the station master's house. Lovely looking house. Look, at the big long Preston sign near the bridge there. So we're talking around here was where the house was, the station master's house was around here somewhere. And it is wider here, so the lay of the land is still very similar to what it was then, but obviously it's totally gone now. It's been flattened. And those buildings, the station master's house and that timber building, what I've just showed you where it was behind camera, was demolished in 1972. And they turned up, it was proper railwaymanship, where they turn up, make a big bonfire for oak timber, knock it down with a bulldozer, and then a class 25, or nicknamed the Rat, turned up with a load of wagons and the bulldozer. I think it was like a front loader, put all the timber and stuff and all the stuff, like piled in like I think a few mineral wagons from this picture. And I've actually got a picture of that, so I'm not talking cobblers, I've actually got a picture of that here. That's looking towards the bridge there, of a class 25, with its headboard, and there, look, it's actually got a proper walkway, gangway for the nose end of it, and look, the front loader down tracks is, oh, it's a bit of a wasp then, is loading it onto some, I think, some mineral wagons. And then look, this is what's left of that wooden building, and by then, even 72, there is another picture, there's another demolishing one. That's demolishing that timber building, but by then the station master's house is totally gone, so I don't know when that disappeared. So obviously that disappeared in 72, but the TE theory is the station master's house disappeared a lot before that got demolished. So maybe in the late 60s, maybe when you got rid of steam, that's when the station master's house disappeared here. And then later on they got rid of the wooden building, the Tudor looking building there in 72. But up there, you can see, let's walk to the end of the station here. So as you can see, walking up to the bridge, I think this is called Hospital Bridge here. You can see it's got 3 arches, it's got big main arch, 2 lines, and 2 little arches either side. And 2 little arches either side always means that, oh, there were some lines there at one point. And it also means it's either, and many stations it means it's had some bay platforms, you know, either side. Or in a lot of cases, like the case of this, there were sidings, there were good sidings. There was a Fred Jackman's coal business in Long Preston had his siding, and I think it was in here. Well, actually, we can actually walk down into that siding in a minute and show you. He'd have a few coal wagons there with his coal on to go in people's houses up there, you know, get up fires. And then over there, there's a very, very interesting siding over there, but we'll get on the bridge and tell you about that. We'll also tell you there was a signal box here. It was a proper real deal station. There's TE marks a station by how much stuff it had, and if it had a signal box on a little rural station like this, it means it was quite a lot of activity, and it means it was worth the while, this station, you know, but obviously it's all gone. And there was a signal box up there. So Stu Vid, who works at Hellerfield, now he's relief for Hellerfield, he actually does Carnforth box quite a lot. He'd be working here now in 2022 if we still had the signal box, but obviously not, he's at Hellerfield. So there you go. Obviously, it's once they knocked down the station and all those sidings went, but they would have gone long before they knocked down the station. They just slowly got rid of it. And there's a picture in here of the last signalman with, can you believe it, a goat. A station goat, or a signal box goat. I've got to find it now in me. That's I should say, that is the signal box there. The station surveyor, we're stood there. That's the bridge, and the signal box is up there. So that's another one. Hold on. So here it is. Here's Derek, that was last signalman at Long Preston signal box. And there's his goat, and it was probably a goat that was getting moved on, because Long Preston actually had a massive cattle dock. A lot of farmers around here would come and get the livestock onto the line here and either go into Lancashire or they go further up into Yorkshire, you know, and get it sold at market, you know, and make cash. Cash is king. So they'd come here. And also the wool down here was, well, obviously wool, I don't know if wool is still like it is a big market still, but it's not as big as it was when it came here. So they'd put up wool on train and sell it, you know, get it to mills, you know. So there he is, look, last one with his goat. Wonder if the goat had a name. I bet he couldn't leave that goat too long, because he would have been in his sandwiches, in his tea, and his newspaper time he got back. You can't trust a goat, eat anything. But we're going to go back out onto the car park, underneath one of the arches, into what I think Fred Jackman's siding was, and we can show you a clearer picture of sort of the sidings and signal box on that side. Maybe we might go on to the other side as well, maybe on a TE video. T always likes going looking in the undergrowth and deep into the bush to see if we can find anything, because I want to have a delve in these bushes here, see if we can find any remnants of station masters' houses, maybe. It might happen. So we're on the other side here, back into the glorious sun on this very July. Are we on a Saturday? So on this side, obviously we just walked through that arch. This would have had line in it, and there's actually a picture of the line going into here on my notes here. There you go. This is looking. We're stood in here, and you can see the signal box across there. So that's over there somewhere in the bushes. And round the back of the signal box, there was the other line what went through that arch over there behind the Long Preston sign. So this side on here was just little siding right up to the bank. So it's right up to this bank in here. It's not necessarily here. It's right up to that bank in there. So if we had time team tools, you could dig into that bank and you might find an odd sleeper with a bit of creosote in an old iron bar or someone's shoe maybe. You never know. You know, but maybe that's for another time on a TE video. And in here, this is Fred Jackman's coal business siding. Oh, he obviously had a big thriving business where he could have his own coal siding. Trains would come in from Lancaster up there, or later on, Settle&Carlisle come down and put some coal in for him, and he'd probably come down here in his pony and trap and load it up and go up to town, unless he had the motor car. He might have had a motor car. As you can see also, I'm just looking here, I've never noticed that before. Obviously the two lines what we've got today here, there's actually a third line. What would have been here, or was it all pushed over? You know, if that third line might have actually just been a head shunt here. I'm working it out in my head as we're standing here. It might have been even just a head shunt up into here, and then they had a line up into here. Or that third line did go through here, and Mr. Fred's siding was up against the bank here, and it went into head shunt there. And then the third line went through here and just into the car park or back at Station Master. Maybe like a little bay platform or just a bit of a head shunt. And then there was on that side there's another tunnel, and there were big long siding, as you can see behind the signal box there. Well, Derek would have worked with his goat. The siding would have come round back. It would have been over there, through that arch, and on the other side. And then, as we can see on a map on here, so on this map here, I'm just seeing there, look, signal box is there, and we were just talking about that third line. Look, it is a head shunt. Both of them are head shunt, so they must have just ended here before the bridge. You know, the head shunts ended here somewhere. No line went through that arch. That was just an accessible arch. It's always been driven through, or pony and trap, or walked through. it was never actually used as a line through. Maybe we'll have a look at any other map, see if we can confirm that, to say it was never used. It's quite, yeah, only got hand points. Yeah, Coal Road was on that one here, right up against the bank. And then he just obviously just had another siding to do a bit of shunting duties, you know, with a shunter. But on that side, they actually had, siding was behind them, they actually had a siding what went right underneath that arch on the other side, right through onto the other side. It was just went into a head shunt, and then you could get back off onto the main line. It was like a crossover. But then there was a little line what went off that under here, what we explain, what goes up there, but we'll explain when we get over there what that siding was and what importance that siding had. But maybe we'll go on the other side, on the other station, on the Lancaster side, and have a look at, see if there are any remains of that siding what went right through up there across the river at the top. We'll go and have a look at that. And there's actually some sidings. We're parked here in Olivia. It's the old station buildings were there, up there. And here there was a cattle dock, and there was a ground frame there. Yeah, there's a cattle dock with a head shunt and another little head shunt and a head shunt there. And that, in my head, because there's a river down there and a bridge going over the top for the railway to go over it, I think the cattle dock was on the other side of the river. Well, look at that over there. Apart from this car coming past, there's a motorhome there with the John Barrow Monument on it. That's Ulverston. I think TE can't get far from home with local stuff coming near TE. I wonder if they're from there, or that's like where they like going on holiday. Now we've got to get over this road now without getting run over. We've got to walk up there over the bridge to the other station. There's no bridge here, you've got to go over the road bridge. No footbridge. Look over there, that's Pendle Hill over there, that's Dan Dixon country that is. He was up there, wasn't he, getting told off by that woman at the church for not going up there bringing all this TV to do ghosts. There we go, we're on the other side, and here I'm actually stood on top of this arch I was telling you about when I was stood on the other side. But went right through there, and actually came, it was almost like a loop around the back of the station. Went through there, and then you could go on a massive crossover right over onto the far side on points, and you could get over to the cattle dock from this side, or come from the cattle dock up here and around. So if there's say there was a passenger train in, a bit of freight could come out of the cattle dock and come round. Or maybe, you know, either or really. So they had a siding in here, and then down here, down here in this bit, you can still sort of see the lay of the land, so to speak, here. Obviously the signal box was down there, and then this line would come behind it, but on the map here, there was another siding, came up here, and there was a big yard here, with some more sidings, and we're going to actually focus on this here, this short embankment, you know, of a head shunt. And this was a siding, very special siding, because it was right next to a little lay-by. We're actually going to try and find after. And it was for the loading bay to transfer of fuel oil to a steam lorry to Tosside. So they go up, they up there, in there, load up on it, and they get on a steam wagon. Doesn't make that a steam wagon. If you ever listen to a steam wagon, they almost have more. They have almost like an engine set up like a combustion engine, but it's steam. It's a bit more really faster than a tractor engine. Load up and then they go to Tosside with some fuel oil. But also here is where in these sidings, well, we're not really going to look in the private estate really now. These sidings, look, the filed waterboard yard, and what this was to do with was the in the Bowland Forest, what's over there, and going into Lancashire over there, they built a reservoir, and they'd come here with all the supplies and stuff, and then they'd get it on road, travel across, and then when they got over to near the reservoir, they had like 13 miles of narrow gauge pure action would happen to build the reservoir. But that is another video for TE Adventure or Mooch, I think. Too much of a long video to delve into that today, but we're going to go and find the lay-by, or try and find the lay-by where they'd load up the steam wagon. There, look, and this road still exists because there's a private estate in there now. We're stood here on the station, just near the bridge, and obviously this cutting through here, what's obviously someone's back garden now. That's another thing. Time teen, you could dig down into their back garden and probably find some remains of a railway bed down here. We'll walk to end at the station, have a gander, as you'd say. I'm sure one of my Patreons, Greg, might know Long Preston from a bit of veg management. That's not bashes, by the way, that's proper veg management of grass, bushes, trees, that kind of veg. So he'd probably know all this access quite well. So yeah, you can see through there, there's houses and the signal box, and then there's this line what went round here, and then off this line there was a line what went up there, but obviously it's totally gone now. You can't see anything what was there. It's just all trees and someone's back garden pretty much. But we're going to go up onto the road down towards Tosside and try and find this lay-by what they used to load up the steam wagons with. Hopefully, if it's still there, it might be, or it might not. It might have been someone's backyard again, you know, they might have built the house on it, but we'll see what we can see with TE. Right, so our car's over there. This is the way to Tosside, and this is the old sort of railway yard where the filed waterboard had the sidings. And on this road somewhere is a lay-by for a steam wagon, the size of a steam wagon. So you're talking, what, 20-foot long sort of steam wagon. So we'll see what's imprinted in the walls or the road or someone's backyard. You know, you never know. Might be still there all these years later. Let's say there's we won't show you too much, but I can see it's quite a big showbiz bungalow here. It's a Dream TE Towers. Someone's having bacon. Smell bacon. Or sausages. So we're looking for a lay-by on the right, on this side. Oh, maybe this was it here. Look at this. Got some old. This is looking the shape of this. Well, we might have stumbled on it here. We've actually not actually. Wow, the bottom wall. I can't say too much because it's private dwelling, but the bottom wall looks very, very railway-ish, and the shape of it. Obviously, this is new, and these are new because it's in his part. He's land grabbed it, I think, when he built his house. And this looks very much the shape of that there. It does look very the shape. Yeah, all tapered in. Not tapered at that end, it's gone a bit flat, maybe they rebuilt it in, but this is very tapered. So I think this is where the waterboard, or for fuel and oil for Tosside, used to get loaded onto a steam wagon here, and then it'd go off and down there. So I think we found it there. TE Mooch has come up top trumps, but we'll best get back to the station. Right, so that's the end of the long Preston video. I was meant to actually have Rod today on today's video because he adds to the video and he's my showbiz psychic. Oh,
Right, Sam.
you're right, Daddy Wrinkles.
Yeah, it's Daddy Wrinkles here.
This is Daddy Wrinkles. He's turned up, or is it DW for short?
Yeah, DW.
Yeah, DW. He's
DW.
Rod's manager's turned up. What are you doing here?
Yeah, well, it's about Rod.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's meant to be filming with you today.
He is, yeah, he's meant to be here doing long Preston, going looking at all the old sidings and stuff. He's going to
that's
go and have a tour around with us.
Are we on television here?
Yeah, camera's over there.
Right, hello everyone. Yeah, listen, there's a bit of a problem.
What?
Yeah, well, you know, I said, like, you could he'd do it for, like, 20 quid.
Yeah.
Well, listen, right, his profile, I've been looking on YouTube and his profile's going up, you know.
Is it? Why?
Well, people saying, oh, Rod, we love Rod, when's Rod on and all this, so I told you, you know, as his profile building up, my son, his fee would go up, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So
what is it now then?
Well,
so it was 20, was it before? Is that what was I paying you?
Yeah.
Is that what that sum was going out my bank for? 20
Yeah,
pounds?
20 quid folded, you know, cash in hand. But listen, so he's going up a bit because his profile, and I did tell you he'd go up a bit.
Yeah, you did. He did.
So what I'm going to say,
go on then, break it to me gently.
How does a nice big fat 50 sound? Is that any
50?
Yeah,
50?
yeah,
Telling me 50 quid for Rod?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's worth it.
Was this for a full video or half a video?
This is a full video, right? And that includes like his nose bag and everything.
Wow.
You know, he'll buy his own nose
Oh,
bag.
and his accommodation, I would have thought.
Well, you know, he can just sneak in your suitcase.
And where is he now? He's
in makeup.
Oh, he's in makeup. Yeah. That's what the extra.
Yeah, he's in makeup because he's getting ready for his fans and everything. And I think it's a good price.
The extra 30 quid's for makeup, is it?
Yeah, no, 50.
50? No, but it was 20, but there's 30 on top.
That's right. Yeah, you've got it right,
let me get me wallet out.
How's that suit you?
Well, I don't know. Let's see how much cash I've got first.
Because I've got to look after my acts, you know what I mean?
I know you have.
Sure they're all right.
You've got upcoming acts as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
I saw your agent's list of people you've got.
Got one or two that you might be interested in, right?
In the future?
Yeah, working with you because I've told them you're a big celebrity and everything, you know.
Big celebrity.
Yeah, that's right.
Big celebrity there from the very man DW there. So TE is a big celebrity.
Yeah, Daddy Wrinkles. Yeah, DW. Yeah. So anyway, how you fix, my son?
I can give you 30. It's folded, a crisp.
Oh, wow.
A crisp £10 note.
Yeah.
So that's the £10 note, and a crisp £20 note.
Go on, give them here then,
there you go.
Son. Yeah.
Got it.
Where are they?
Underneath there.
Cheers.
Get him in your spot. Oh no, that's Jock. Jock has a spot in, doesn't he?
Yeah, you get him in there. Right, I'll tell you what.
There you go, you have that.
He is going up to 50 eventually.
Is he going up to 50?
Yeah, but just for today, I'm going to get him, right, because we've come out already.
Yeah.
And if we can't agree like a fee, then it'd be a wasted trip, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
Yeah, so, right, I'll go and get him, right?
Yeah, all right,
You can finish your video and... you do that thing where you go ding and all that.
Yeah. Don't spend it all at once.
I won't spend it all at once. I know exactly where I can spend this. There's a nice pet shop in
Is it?
Yeah, in Kendal, yeah.
Wow. That's like 40 miles that way.
Yeah, but we live in, we live in Cumbria. So what I'll do is when the market's in, he sells his nice doggy beds.
All
and
right.
stuff,
wow. So you're going to get full luxury.
Yeah,
you're going to get
that's
showbiz
right.
bed, are you?
Yeah, showbiz. Well, it's not all for me. It's for Rod, and we're going to make him. We're going to make him like a nest,
Right.
But he's
so it's for Rod.
a luxury nest, like a Temper mattress nest.
Oh right, a Temper mattress. Wow.
Temper mattress.
So break his back. He's got a nice.
Yeah, he'd be nice in that. Listen, I'll go and get him.
Yeah,
anyway.
go and get him. Get your cash.
Cheers. Oh, cheers, Red.
Don't drop
nice.
it.
Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, cash. Oh, yeah.
There you
Right.
go. That was DW. That was or Daddy Wrinkles, Rod's manager.
Right, Rod.
Rod's coming out. Apparently, Rod's coming.
He's coming. He's in makeup.
He's in makeup.
Get yourself out.
Don't know what he
Rod.
does in makeup.
Get yourself out.
Your watches is coming off there.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, hello, Rod. Are you ready? Are you all pruned? Well, what was it? Cut, creamed, and ready to go. Wow, you're a bit late, All video's finished. Right, yeah. Rod DW told you weren't allowed to. Yeah. Right, so there you go. There's Rod. He's turned up late. He's a star of the show on Thomas Edwards' channel. I'm just about to do my end. Do you want to do the ding with me? Yeah. Hey, I've just paid a lot of money for you to get your makeup there, So anyway, if you enjoyed the long Preston video of me, Thomas Edwards, also known as T, make sure to give us a big fat like and a comment below, because me and Rod like seeing the comments below, like reading them and replying to them, don't we? Yeah. And like, subscribe, and also get yourself on Patreon. You can support me and the Rod clan going out on the road doing these videos, and it will be paying for DW. And it's going up £50. Anyway, so if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure, this is the classic TE, Rod. You ready? Make sure to click that big bell. Ding!